What's going on? Welcome to Thumb Tacos. In today's episode, we're talking about walls. Streamer walls. These things suck. These things really suck. We're going to talk about how you guys can break through the impossible. The wall here. Don't worry about that cord hanging there. Smack it a little bit. There we go. Roll it. Real quick, I want to talk about today's sponsor. We're talking about Rad Music Studios. If you go to rad-audio.com, you can get your hands on the new copyright-free music library of Rad. That's right. Cinema music, if you need epic backgrounds. We got horror music, if you need horror music for that time of year, or maybe if you're a horror streamer, whatever content creation you have going on, we have something for you. Stuff for your backgrounds, for your just chatting sections, and even metal music that I help co-write. That's right. Check out Rad Music Studios. Now available wherever you get your music for streaming. Link in the description below. Now back to the video. As always, I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Look, streaming, God, it sucks sometimes. And some of you probably know this. If you guys are at a wall right now, if you're plateaued, if you're not seeing any growth, not seeing any change in your streams, there's a few things you need to understand before you freak out. I don't want you to freak out, man. I want you to keep things together. I want you to look at it from an outside perspective so you really understand what a wall really is. See, most streamers will panic after a week or two of a down spiral or a decline. But I've always said this in many videos. Streaming is a lot of waves, and sometimes those lower parts of those waves can last a few weeks. So right off the bat, I'm going to save you guys a little bit of relief. If you guys feel like you've been at a wall for a month or less, you don't need to panic at all. Things are fine. If you've been at a wall for 2-3 months, this is what this video is about. This is about making adjustments and really trying to plan out the right types of moves to make improvements and break through these walls when streamers hit them. And you know what the sad thing is? At the end of this video, I'm going to tell you a few dark truths about streaming that you're going to want to hear. But before I even get to that part, everybody that streams will hit walls. Doesn't matter if you're a big streamer, small streamer, just starting, you're going to hit walls. So with the proper techniques, maybe you'll have a better shot at handling them and busting through these stupid things. All right, let's get into it. Analytics are a huge part of understanding plateaus and when you're actually at a wall. If you're looking at the wrong things, it'll make it seem worse than what actually is going on. I've said this in many videos, and views don't mean anything in streaming, especially on Facebook gaming. Views are way more powerful on Twitch and YouTube. When it comes to Facebook gaming, beginning streamers will have 500 to 1,000 views, and there's veteran streamers out there that'll have 100 to 500 views. And you would think in your head, well, that other one must be getting... No, that's all algorithm boosts. That's all fluffing numbers and pushing you in front of more and more people. The longer you stream, the less of that you're going to get, and you're going to start seeing a little bit of a decline in that part, unless you're hitting a very popular tag. If you're playing one of the big games and you're really getting headway, that's great, but sooner or later you're going to hit this wall where you notice that things aren't getting any bigger or they're going smaller. The analytics you need to focus in on are your reactions, your comments, unique commenters, new followers, new people in chat. If you are still getting the attention of new people and they are engaging in your streams, you are doing a good job. The new people and new followers and new engagements and reactions and all that stuff are going to tell you a bigger tale than your views. Your views don't really mean anything. Yeah, it's nice to have big view nights, but honestly, having a night full of reactions and like less views just shows how much stronger you can be in streaming, even on a smaller level. See, a reaction is somebody comes into your stream and they take the time to at least engage with it. A new commenter is coming in and they're talking in your stream. These are very big positives. To get a view, somebody just has to scroll, blow their nose, and then scroll past you. And if that's 3 seconds or more, guess what? You got their view, but it doesn't mean anything. So first off, if you're held up by views, that is the number one. Let it go. Cleanse yourself of the views. Get out of the view mess. It's not important. It's not a big deal. Other things you need to look at. Self-evaluation will tell you whether or not there might be things going on in your stream that are having a negative effect. I talked about this briefly in the last video that I did. I'll have it at the end of the video. You'll be able to click on it. But one thing that is incredibly important is being able to find any kind of negative features in your stream, such as if maybe you bought a new microphone and it isn't EQ'd, and you've been using this microphone that actually sounds worse, but because you spent money on it, you think it sounds good. and you're not objectively looking at it from an outside perspective. Maybe your new overlay is too distracting. Maybe you added a bunch of new things to your stream that has a negative effect. There are things that we do as streamers sometimes that we think are good ideas, but they're hurting us in the long run. Start looking for those telltale signs in your streams. These things will hold you from growing. They kind of push you back down. And as soon as you get a handful of streams that don't have a lot of engagement, you have to rebuild that push for the algorithm to come in and give you a hand. So really, self-evaluation is a huge part of this. So you got to look at views and ignore them. You got to start looking at your reactions, see if things are the same or not. If you don't have the same types of reactions, you don't have the same comments are going down, new followers are going down. Now it's time to look at your stream itself. What have you done differently? Or what's going on around you or the circles around you telling you the tale that things are shifting. You could be playing a game that is just dying off. A lot of new game streamers go through this. They'll pick the next hot game, and it's only got a life of so long. Once you can recognize that downward spiral, you better have something ready to bring back into the gameplay to reinvigorate people to watch you. So things that you can start doing is consider looking for a new game to start playing. It's time to tag a new game. It's time to try something new. If your reactions are going down, your comments are going down, and you still have the same consistency in your stream, then it's time to look at the gameplay itself. Can you make adjustments here? Can you pick a new game to gather traction? Looking at overlays and stuff that might fit a new game as well. You don't want to jump into a new game but also have something that's all about modern warfare and you're playing Banjo-Kazooie or whatever the mix is. You gotta keep that balance together and everything for your community to not feel like they're in some confusion land. You got to start getting more creative. You got to find new ways to bring engagement to your streams at this point. If you're in this point, if it's been months and you're not breaking through a wall, it's time to consider new game, new attitude, new something, and work it in for a while. Because I'll tell you what, if you just try a new game for 1 week, it's not enough time. You need to tag the same game on Facebook Gaming for a while. Give it a month on a new game to really understand the analytics. Go through your numbers, see how it's looking. Is there an upward trend? Then it's worth staying. Is there a downward trend? Maybe it's okay after a month. Maybe it's time to readjust there again. This is the dark truth. This is the part of the video I was talking about in the beginning. Everybody that is watching this video right now is going to go through these moments in streaming. I've gone through a few. Have they lasted months? Kinda. It's like as soon as I get to my breaking point, I kind of bust through it. So that's why I'm very cautious about telling you guys to take time. Don't panic and make micro adjustments to see if you can get out of it or the waves of streaming in general, especially with an algorithm at your back. If you can't recognize your recommendations and your reactions, then you're going to be hopeless because you're going to think everything's going down and you might be doing better than you would ever think you were. Because if all you're looking at is your views, if your views go down, you might have more reactions, more comments, more followers, but if you're hung up on the view thing, it can really destroy as a streamer, and that's the dark truth. This is the stream killer. This is the thing that knocks most of us out in streaming. They can't figure out how to get past this. You can't get past the wall. You give up. You jump platforms, you go to another platform to try it out. And I'll tell you this right now. If you're on Facebook Gaming, going to another platform, there's a harsh reality out there for you. It is not easier. Twitch is massive. There's more ceiling there. You can go way farther in life, but it's not easier. It's 10 times harder on Twitch or YouTube. So just think about that before you give up and shut it down to another platform. Sometimes the platform just doesn't fit and you got to do what you got to do, and I totally understand that as well. I'm not telling you guys what to do. I'm just giving you guys things to think about. These are things that come from my own experiences as well in streaming. The simple truth about all this is walls kill streamers. They shut us down, they break us down, they make us feel worthless, and then we turn the lights off. Look, guys, if you like this video, please consider giving it a like, subscribing to the channel. It really helps out, and that way you can keep up with my weekly content on making us all better streamers. These videos come from my own experiences. I'm currently going through the beginning phases of a wall myself, so that's what's inspired this video. All my videos on my channel come from my own experiences in streaming or close friends in streaming that I've talked to about certain issues on the platform. If you guys ever want to check me out live, my live link is in the description below. Hope to see you. Otherwise, until next time, take care and good luck.